So if you're shy and awkward, how do you flirt, initiate sex, or date? This is Hunter Riley, manager at Self Serve Toys, and Hunter Riley SexEducation.com.
It is that, yes.
And Matie Fricker, owner of Self Serve Toys,
yes.
At selfservetoys.com. Cathy Vituli from theintimacydojo.com. So glad you're here, because this is a tough topic.
Yeah, I feel shy sometimes.
Oh, I think most people do, but we don't realize that other people do. It's like, from inside my head, I feel very shy, and you both look together.
Right.
Yeah, like you have it all polished. And,
We're the sex shop ladies. We shouldn't be shy.
And you're never awkward, are you?
Oh, yeah. Never. All the time.
I'm kind of the queen of awkward, yeah.
Yeah. I think realizing, just having other people share it is powerful. Because I really, the first time someone told me everybody felt awkward, I really thought they were lying to me.
Right.
I was like, no, I'm the only one who feels this way. Because most people don't admit they feel awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the most powerful things you can do. And I love using that as like an icebreaker. It's like, hey, I'm really awkward at these things. Like if I'm at a party or like hanging out with people, I'm so awkward at these things. I never know what to say. Mm-hmm. And just like most people are like, oh, me too, thank God. Like it's.
That can be really charming too.
Yeah.
Like you're like, ooh, you're feeling shy, me too, you know?
Yeah. Well, and just owning the elephant in the room when everybody's going around going, oh, the weather has been so nice. Your dress is pretty. It's all superficial and shallow. Mm-hmm. For someone to say a truth is just, it opens the door. And I've had such great conversations, whether I wanted to flirt or date or have sex or just talk with somebody in a like non-trivial way, because I don't do small talk well at all.
Although there's a big difference between sharing like a truth, like I'm feeling awkward right now, versus like unloading all of your trauma and history on somebody in the moment that you're trying to connect with them.
Or my hemorrhoids are itching a lot right now.
Yeah, right. I mean,
no, don't share that right away.
You need some preparation, Like, let me go into nurse mode. Like, like how do you handle that? Like, where do you go from there? You know? And I think that sometimes when we're like, okay, I'm going to share a truth, we'll like screw up our courage and share the total wrong one. That is like you know, I had really bad diarrhea yesterday. Like, you know,
and sometimes it's okay. People are like, oh God, I'm so sorry. I had that before too.
I mean, you can work through it. You can work through it, and it's okay. But I think, you know, really like figuring out where you might have something in common with somebody. You know, like, have you been here before? Or one of my tricks is flyering for events, because it gives me a job, or volunteering for events. Yeah. So if I'm volunteering and I'm at the door, I have a job. I don't have to engage with people directly, but it gives me a chance to say hello. Yeah. And then after that, if I want to say hello again, or they have a question they might ask me, and so I can come from a place of like of authority instead of having no idea how to say the wrong thing and talking about diarrhea.
One of my things is, I learned this, and I did Al-Anon for a long time, and my sponsor was like, this is what you do. You show up early, like 10 minutes early, not an hour early, because that's just weird. Offer to help set up, stay the whole time, and stay after offer to help, and thank the host. Always thank the host before you leave, because they're putting this thing on for you. And I was so shy. Like, I would say, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to stay an hour. That's as most as I could do, because at that time I had no muscles for social interactions. And it really worked, though. I always, I'd show up, I'd say, can I help? And then I'd thank them before, thank you, I have to leave early, but thanks so much for doing that. And it built my confidence, because I had a script to follow, but it also helped me connect with people, because people like to be thanked, and a lot of people don't remember to do that, and they love it when they know they have someone they can ask for help. It helped me feel good, like you said.
Yeah, well, and I think also another thing is thinking about what are the topics or the actions or behaviors that you are passionate about, and trying to find people who want to connect with you about those things. You know, people come in all the time and say, hey, where do I go to meet people? Where do I go to get into a relationship? And it's really you know, there's not a place you can go, but what you can do is go do things you're passionate about, and then other people who also do those things, you already have that in common. And that's a really great thing. And so you'll find that and when I share my passions with somebody, they see a side of me that's not me trying to impress them so that they want to date me or sleep with me. It's they see a side of me, and they see me being passionate, and they like what they see, maybe not, But if they do like what they see and they like how I'm being passionate, then that is inherently going to give us something to connect over. And it doesn't feel forced and creepy where you're like, that's a nice shirt, matey. You know, like no, it's me saying.
I never even told you my name.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
How do you know my name?
Yeah, but instead being like, oh wow, I love your earrings. They have trucks on them. I love trucks. You know, I'm starting to try and work on cars a little bit. You know, and maybe you're like, wow, okay, I do that too, or maybe not. But it gives you something to connect over.
To talk about.
Right, and so think about what your passions are, what you're interested in, and then that's a good starting place. If you're like, I don't know what to say to this person, you know, it's okay to be a little bit awkward and blurt something out. Be like, I'm working on cars.
Yeah, there's not really a wrong thing. Like,
no.
There's like, you're saying like diarrhea. Like, generally we don't want to talk about that right away, both people.
It's like a third date activity.
But we learn it's okay to be awkward about being awkward. Like, as you learn how to like share this, it's new and unusual. Like, your brain doesn't know what to do. So I like to practice with people. Like, I don't wait until the person I have the heavy crush on shows up. I start practicing with a lot of different people. I consider flirting a way to show appreciation and spread some sunshine. It doesn't have to be, I want to get in your pants.
Right.
So if I practice with a lot of people, then I'm much more relaxed. My brain isn't going, never flirted before. And then so if I see my crush, I'm still going to turn red and stutter because that's what I do. But I at least the words will start coming out rather than and then run away.
Yeah, and talking to everybody too, because if you see somebody at a party and they're only talking to people they want to bone, it feels like creepy.
You can feel it.
You can feel it. It's predatory in some way, and none of us want to move through the world that way. And so if you're like friendly to everyone, you also might find that you make a super awesome friend who has a really excellent friend for you to bone later. You know, who's gonna give you like a good friend review. And be much more open to like inviting you into their home, inviting you into their life. Like, you know, a stranger's just a pal you haven't met yet, you know? And so being open, I love that, to just talking to everybody and being open to connection versus like, I'm on the hunt for sex, you know? Because none of us feel good being connected to in that way unless you're specifically looking for that. And most people, especially if you're shy, that is not the way to get into our pants.
Yeah. Well, and I love the fact that a lot of shy people are they're introspective and they've watched people and they have really amazing thoughts if you can get past the shyness. So I will sometimes like make it a point to go, oh, that person's not talking to anyone. I'm going to go find out. I'm going to see if I can get past the shyness, because sometimes they're really amazing conversations and very insightful that you get to, and sometimes you find out you do want to bone them.
Yeah. How do you get past the shyness?
So part of it is by expressing warmth and just genuine interest. So like, I know, at least for me and a lot of people, I've thousands of clients I've worked with on body image and things like that, we get in our head and we think we're showing all the stuff. We like think it's obvious to everyone else what we're doing, but they don't always know, especially if you're shy. You tend not to be so exuberant and sharing. So I tell people, I'll even say, hey, can I flirt with you for a few minutes? I'm really shy, but you seem like you're fun. Would you mind if even I might say I'm really bad at flirting, but you seem like you're fun and not very judgmental. Would you mind? So calling out what I'm trying to do, like, hey, this party is like kind of awkward and you seem like a warm person or you're a fun person. Just letting people know that you care about them. I'm a bigger person, so when someone's flirting with me and says they find me attractive in a genuine way, not just like kind of schmoozy way, to me that's like, oh wow, you see me for me, and you're not like, so whatever it is, we all have something more too, like too fat, too thin, too awkward, whatever it is, and I've not met anyone who doesn't have that somewhere in their head. So just telling people that you care about them, that you find something interesting about them, lets them kind of open up a little bit, and then you can encourage that. And I do that much better. I'm an active service person. So if I'm out there just trying to flirt for me, I'm going to be so awkward, like horribly awkward. Whereas if I'm out there drawing someone out and helping someone else have a good night, that really is easy, and I don't get so in my head. It's not about me, it's about making the world a better place.
Great.
One flirt at a time.
Yeah, flirt it up.
Yeah. So we're running long.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about sex for the shy next.
Sounds good.
Leave comments below. How do you flirt when you feel shy?